Bid number 2 for 85 million euros has been rejected for Wesley Fofana. Wilfried Zaha has got his entourage actively offering him to Chelsea Football Club. And Timo Werner, here we go, 16 million pounds. That is beyond a joke when you spend 50 million. No, it's not. Let me break it down. Welcome to the Kavkas View, and in today's video, we have got so many lovely stories to bring you because there's positivity in the air, and not because we're signing players, it's because we're getting rid of players. And I'm telling you now, it makes me more happy when we get rid of deadwood than when we sign amazing players. It's really sad, but I'm at this stage of my life right now where I can't be watching any more players. I really can't. But let's talk about what we're gonna go run through today, and then we'll get into the stories and take a deep dive. Number 1, update on Wesley Fofana. It's looking promising, it's looking good. Yes, the second bid has been rejected, but we've got the details for the third bid coming up. Number 2, Jong. Jong is playing a great game, and the way his agency have played this, honestly, bravo to them. We're going to break it down, and Chelsea are in pole position at this moment in time. Number 3, Wilfried Zaha linked with Chelsea, and I'm going to tell you why Chelsea need to avoid this move at all costs. Avoid it at all costs, because if you don't, you're going to make a mistake that we're never going to live down. Number 3, Zaha is leaving. Malang is leaving on loan, and the deal is fantastic for Chelsea because there's going to be an obligation to purchase him. And finally, Timo Werner, here we go, Fabrizio Romano confirmed. We get the fee, we get the breakdown of it, and we've got the little details of why it didn't work out. But other than that, let's get on with the rest of the video. But I think it's important that you lot hit the like button because you need to continue supporting your boy. Your boy puts in a lot of work after going to work, studying, and doing this video. So it's a 3-piece job basically. I study as a student, I do a full-time job, and on top of that, I'm a YouTube content creator. So you can just be nice and hit the like button and give me 1,000 likes. Why not? You enjoy it, you've made it to around 2 minutes of the video. Surely you want to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to build this community, in the pinned comment is my Instagram. Hit me up in a DM asking your football-related questions. I respond with a voice note. It helps us build the community, good interaction, a happy place. Why not? Alright, let's run through the news. Number 1, Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana put in a masterclass on the weekend. Yes, they drew 2-2, but apparently he was mad at the match, and it was not his fault. Based on the highlights that I saw and based on the performance on Match of the Day, kid looked great and could look the reason why we need to be signing him. But 85 million euros have been rejected for him, and it looks like Leicester went from he's not for sale to okay, if you reach this fee, 10 more million, he's your player. So the fee will be reported to be around 80 to 85 million pounds that will take to close this deal. This is what Chelsea were initially anticipating. At this moment in time, the third bid is projected to come in either on Tuesday or Wednesday, and this is being reported by Fabrizio Romano and other reputable journalists. So we just need to be patient, and we need to see where this leads. Wesley Fofana himself is pushing for this move. He has notified Leicester he doesn't want to play there. So it's a matter of now Chelsea putting their money where their mouth is. And the way that this window has been going, to put their money where their mouth is, because Cucurella 62 million, Koulibaly 35 million, Raheem Sterling 50 million, and Chukwuemeka, yes, I said it right, I think, for 20 million is putting your money where your mouth. So I hope we continue to do so and follow the trend, because Fofana is needed in this team. Frankie de Jong is absolutely taking liberties here. How can he tell Chelsea and Manchester United, you're my side chick club and I'll only come to you if my main team keeps me? This guy is owed 17 million pounds, and Chelsea are actively offering to pay his 17 million pound deferred wages, yet the man is telling him, you're gonna wait there because if Barcelona will have me, I'm staying. If not, I will come and get the money that is owed to me by Barcelona. Frankie de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona. Manchester United and Chelsea are doing whatever it takes to get him. That's genuinely the story. Now your update. What I do find interesting about Frankie de Jong is that he's so adamant at staying at Barcelona, and reports are coming out that he's not interested in Manchester United whatsoever. Manchester United is literally that pawn at this moment in time that is actively not leaving. They're like, Frankie, come join us. No, we're not interested. Frankie, please, we'll give you whatever you want. No, we're not interested. Frankie, please, we're literally going to give you shares at a club, Ten Hag's the manager, whatever you want, champagne, caviar, come join us. He's not interested. Apparently he wants Champions League football, and he wants a big top club. And the fact that Manchester United isn't deemed to be a big club anymore means they're in the mud. Chelsea, apparently Bowley's been on the phone to him, and the player's been very open and very honest. He is reiterating, if Barcelona want him, he is going to stay at FC Barcelona. If not, then he might might come to Chelsea. That's the roundup. According to TalkSport, Wilfried Zaha is linked with Chelsea, and not because Chelsea are interested in him, it's because his agency, his agents are actively trying to offer him to Chelsea Football Club. Wilfried Zaha has got 1 year left deal. He's available for £30 million, and nobody is willing to touch him. And it doesn't make sense for a lot of people. Makes sense to me. I'll give you my opinion after I finish giving you the news. This player has been basically begging top 6 clubs to look at him. Manchester City, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea have all passed up on him, and he doesn't understand why. He's available for £30 million. He's trying to get out of this club. Palace don't want to let him go for a fee nowhere near the small fee. He's on big time wages. He signed a big deal but when he rejoined them from Manchester United, and it looks like he's trapped there for the foreseeable future. Chelsea need to avoid Wilfried Zaha at all costs. Wilfried Zaha, until the penalty box, fantastic player. Dribbling past 1-2, one-on-one demon. In the box, inefficient, non-productive, poor finisher. The player is terrible. He gets doubled up because he takes too long to decide what he's going to do. His end product is inefficient, and his final shooting ability always gets blocked. I've never seen a player have more block shots than Wilfried Zaha. And why? Because he takes his time, he jinks, he jives, and then he decides, okay, I'm going to shoot. By that time, there's 3 people in and around him. He's aiming at bodies, not at the goal. For me, Chelsea need to avoid this deal at all costs. Is he a good player? He's a very good player, but is he Chelsea quality? He definitely is not Chelsea quality. You are gonna start with fantastic deals with those people that want to convince themselves, like they always do. This is a fantastic deal. Oh my God, he's only 30 million. He's a being excellent at Crystal Palace. In 12 months' time, they're all gonna be calling him a donkey and saying he's not good enough for the club and he's deadwood. Get him out. The pattern has been there continuously. Let's not fall into it again. Very good player for Crystal Palace. Very good at that level. Not good enough for Chelsea in Champions League and aspirations to win the league. I'm sorry, not. If he was good enough, he would be at a top club by now because he has everything. As his foreplay is on point, but when it comes to delivering the strokes, he ain't got it in him. I'm sorry. Now on to some fantastic news, and news that everyone needs to be happy about. Malang Sarr is leaving the club, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you once again, Malang Sarr is leaving the club. Look, we signed Malang Sarr from Nice because he was a free agent and we essentially just gave him wages and agent fee. He came in, he stayed, he went out on loan 1 year, if I'm not mistaken. Then he came back and didn't have a good loan, so no one wanted him after Porto. He ended up staying, did a decent job, and now it looks like AC Monaco want him. And Monaco are taking him on a loan with an obligation to buy him for £12 million. This is great news. The only catch here is he has to play a certain amount of games. And I was listening to an interview from Paul Mitchell, and Paul Mitchell was very adamant on why they signed Minamino, and this fits the criteria of Malang Sarr, in my opinion. So they want to sign players that is of a certain age range and a certain price range. Players that enable young players who are good in their academy come through and potentially either jump them or be pushed by them. So they don't want to go for a 26, 27-year-old who's on massive wages and not going to be able to get moved. But they want to go for 23, 24-year-olds who are coming into potentially their prime and could have resale value. Malang Sarr ticks those boxes. I'm really happy that he's leaving the club. I'm really happy that he's moving on for him as well as Chelsea. And it shows that Chelsea made a mistake last year. He should have went out on loan or should have been sold. And now, after a year, we're getting 12 million. Great news, why not? Chelsea have finally got the here we go for Timo Werner, and it looks like the tenure of missing chances of being a technically terrible footballer is ending. Because when it comes down to Timo Werner, he's got all the pace but no technique whatsoever. The player is going to be rejoining Leipzig and he's going to be actively performing there the way he was before. I don't be surprised if he gets 20 Bundesliga goals and people start saying Tuchel never used him right, Tuchel never used him right, because that's not the case. The player just needs space to run into and he needs quick balls shot in between the lines for him. He'll chase Jamie Vardy of the Bundesliga, that's what I call him. But it looks like Chelsea are willing to accept £16 million so that Leipzig can take him on a permanent. And this is good because it shows that Chelsea are going to have a good relationship, the one and only Leipzig. When Nkunku is about to be sold next year, it might be helpful for Chelsea to have that relationship. Whether Werner gives him a good word about us or not, I think Chelsea are going to be in the running. Fabrizio said, here we go. Deal should be concluded by the end of the week. Werner was left out of the squad against Liverpool in the cup final, and apparently that was the final straw. He thought he was fit. Tuchel thought he wasn't. Beef, drama, lovely jubbly. We're getting rid of a player that we don't need. That's all we need to take away from it. But This is good news, people. I hope you lot are happy. So to summarize this video, Chelsea are £10 million away from signing Wesley Fofana. Number 2, Jong is basically holding all the cards, and if Jong wants to join Chelsea, he will. Zaha is a no-go. His people are offering him to Chelsea. Malang is leaving on a loan with an obligation as long as he hits the required game time. And finally, Timo Werner looks set to leave the club. All great news. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out, I'm out. Natasha's making some delicious food, chicken wings with butternut squash and rice. Gotta love it. I'm off to have dinner. Peace out, I'm out.